Anthony, what are you doing here? You showed up at our podcast. Hi. Hey, I got a video game you can play. It's called The Bible's Funny Game. And I've got 2 kids. Look at them. I'm nice and stuff. Look how nice I am. What are you doing here at the podcast? Tim, what are you doing here? You're so mean. How'd you get so mean? Oh,
that's my opening question.
My dad died. Let's talk about that.
I do bring that up a lot.
You do. It's so funny, though.
It's just so front of mind all the time.
The comedic value. You take whatever you can get. Make the joke.
How'd you get so mean? This is such a good question. Well, welcome to the podcast. Tim did a great job. I don't think there's a whole lot to say beyond that.
Sponsor a kid. We got a tour coming up with other funny people too. I should wear their shirt again.
Bingo. He's really doing a great job. I don't think I'll ever have to do an intro again.
Such a one-dimensional character.
Link.
Just cut that clip and play it again for every single podcast.
No, the people would know. The people want it fresh every time. They do. They do. That's why they're here for the first 5 minutes of the podcast. That's what they love. Mm-hmm. The rest of it, they're like, I guess it'll leave it on while I vacuum. That's what they say.
Do you think what's the most common activity people do? I think we've asked this question before.
Well, I'm always fascinated, because podcast people, these are our people. These are our people. And so we're a part of their day. We hear from a lot of delivery drivers, like Amazon. Mm-hmm. There was a baker that reached out, said they start their day 4 a.m. and turn on a podcast. Mm-hmm. They're in the kitchen by themselves. But yeah, I love hearing those stories. If whatever is your moment in your week or your day when you turn on a podcast, I love hearing that stuff. Mm-hmm. Rach has been doing them now when she cooks, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. She earbuds up. I had a whole conversation with her the other day.
Buds up. Is that what she says?
I didn't hear a word I said. I was deep. I was like, we could do this, but I don't know. I'm worried. Someone's about.
And she let you figure out the problem on your own.
She turned and was like, were you that whole time? I was like, yeah.
I've got a pressing question.
No way, because I had one for you.
When you do yours, that's fine.
No, you were starting.
Mine's like a real one.
Okay. Go.
It's deep.
Go ahead.
So the socks that have the R and the L on them, how seriously do you, because they make those socks, I feel like more athletic socks are that way.
Yeah.
But they have an R and an L. Mm-hmm. How much do you pay attention to that? How much do you care?
Not 0.
Wow.
0. Same question for you with earbuds or earphones.
Oh, that's a good question. And let me go back and answer my own first. I've started to take it a little bit more seriously because, what's the harm in getting it right?
Oh, yeah, there's no harm in getting it right.
Right. So now, what's the harm in getting it wrong? I don't know. They put an L and an R on them.
Been getting it wrong for a while.
For a reason. Is that just so you can keep track of the socks?
Yeah, maybe. You know which one you're missing.
Or is it particularly angled and threaded so that your foot does its thing in the right place? I don't know. But I'm not going to say I take it super seriously, but if I'm putting my socks on and I see there's an R there, I'm going to put that on my right foot.
I truly have never once cared for socks, but I do the same principle with headphones, and I'm pretty on it.
So for earbuds, it's different than the headphones. The big headphones, I don't care left and right. That doesn't bother me because it's all it is the director thinks if it's a movie and the car's coming from left to right, then you're going to hear it from left to right, and that's fine. And if I'm watching a movie, I care. If I'm listening to a song, I don't think it matters which one is left and right. I don't know. But I do. But if they're earbuds and they have a particular shape that's different, then then obviously you got to get it in the right ear hole.
I got these nice headphones for Christmas, and I'm
Brag much?
big time. And I there's a right one and a left one. I look every time. Like, now, granted, there is like the button is on one side, so that kind of matters. But
Are you doing the little button controls on the
accident?
headphones?
Always on accident.
I do it in the earbuds, but I don't do it on the big guys. It's like there's a whole like computer over here on the side. I'm supposed to remember which one is play and pause and skip and forward.
Well, it's always like you're doing something and they slip and you're like, oh, and then it's like everything's in German and you're like, why? What did I do? You have to like, so you try to redo the motion. You're like, wait, if I do it again, will it undo it? Turn it off and turn it back on every time. Okay, my other question for you. Can we do 2 questions or is it too much?
You ask them.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, this is my question. It's pretty philosophical. When I ask you your favorite meal, I guess maybe let me just start by asking.
Kill me?
What is your favorite meal?
You're asking.
I'm asking you. And that's all you get is what is your favorite meal?
That's not fair. It's not fair. I need some context. Okay. Is it last meal? Like I'm going on the electric chair tomorrow?
Here's a conversation I had with...
Because there's an answer there.
Right.
And then like, am I going out to a nice restaurant?
I said, if you said like, what is your favorite meal? To me, I always ask for chicken parmesan. That's like my favorite... When Rach is like, what should we make for dinner this week? I'm always like,
that's a go-to meal.
Should make chicken parmesan.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, if you had asked me, what's your favorite meal? I wouldn't say chicken parmesan.
Right.
But when if you say,
but she just did.
What is the meal you want to eat most regularly? Chicken parmesan.
Yeah, sure.
So how are we defining, like if I go to a specific place and I get like a very fancy Chilean sea bass, that's very nice.
You reference Chilean sea bass a lot. And I don't think you've ever eaten one.
I have one time. It's really good. I like seafood. I like seafood. And people hate it because they take me to like a steak place. And I'm like, tell me about this sea bass.
Chilean sea bass that I'm not going to eat.
No, you get the steak, you dummy. So that was what racked my brain a little bit. I was like, people, I think the most common response, like, oh, my favorite meal is at some restaurant with a thing. When it's like, really, if you had that meal on back-to-back weeks, you might be like, I don't know, it's like super rich. I don't really like it. So how are we defining what is I think your favorite meal.
It's a great question.
Should be a meal you can eat with the most regularity.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same way I feel about people. Who
you're trying to eat?
Can I eat the most regular? I think like being specific with your question is key to this, because you're gonna get a weird answer from me that I'm not gonna agree to later on. I'm gonna backtrack.
So then my follow up was how someone answers that question is almost like an insight into their brain a little bit, because if they're like, I live for the once in a lifetime experience I had in Francois, that's my favorite meal. It's like, okay, but you're like sort of thinking about like rare stuff. So you're not really appreciating.
Yeah, like I have a Brazilian. There's a Brazilian dish, feijoada. It's like it's the poor person's food in Brazil.
I'm Tim. I'm from Brazil. I have a cool tattoo about it on my leg. I had surgery on that leg too because I was in Brazil for a while. I lived there. I used to speak Portuguese when I was little. Here we go again.
Why are you so nice? This should be a regular segment where we just do impressions of each other. But I think that we hit it all.
They're really good.
Yeah, so like there's like a go-to meal that I want for like all the time. Yeah, it's like easy. It's what I want. It's it's the best tasting meal I can regularly have. Yeah. But if I'm going to a nice restaurant, that's not what I'm ordering. And I'm getting the filet, like the organic filet with the bacon wrapped around. Like
of course. Yeah.
Naturally.
Sure. But then like, the third week in a row with a bacon wrap, I'm going to be like,
well, I've never had 3 weeks in a row with a bacon wrapped filet.
I think you get to a point you're like, I want.
Right, but I can do like Mexican food 17 meals in a row.
I know. Try me.
It's
the same with me and Italian food. think about that as we go deeper into the podcast.
Now let's pray.
Yeah, it is a pretty great transition. Today is a cheat day Devo kind of day. Cheat day Devos.
Is that the theme song?
Yeah, Rob's going to do like a real one over the one I just did.
Do we dance? Is there like a...
Devo. Cheat day Devos. This is a segment we love. Podcast is called The Bible's Funny. You may have inferred from that it involves the Bible in some way, and you're exactly right. In this special segment with me and Tim, we dive into 2 chapters of the Bible. We started in Genesis back in the year 2008, and it's a joke. We just have been going really slow. You can go back and listen from Genesis, and we are today going to do Exodus 25 and 26. I like to say before we start, Tim and I are not properly trained to undertake this as a project.
Who is, though? You know? Who among them is worthy? No, not I.
I am Spartacus.
Not thy.
Anywho, I say all that to say, like, I just would like to be clear at the top that this isn't like too...
If we didn't already make it abundantly clear by our just
the
idiocy.
Highbrow, like, banter would lead you to think these are couple of PhDs. There they go again. No, we are not super qualified. We just like to read the Bible and like discuss it with our friends, which is you. And that's what brings us here today. So if you were looking for a podcast by which to make some significant decision in your life, and you wanted that decision to be like really good and sound and Bible-based, I would probably say. But if you're trying to make maybe like a reckless decision, then I would say, sure.
Come on.
This is where you
Water's warm.
Your source material to come from here. And without further ado, Exodus 25. I'll give everyone a minute to turn there.
Sword drill.
Verse 1, the Lord said to Moses, tell the Israelites to bring me an offering. You are to receive the offering for me from everyone whose heart prompts them to give.
No, this was the 90s, the Lord would be saying, and give it to me in a empty KFC bucket.
This is passing the bucket. The empty KFC bucket compelled a lot of people to give. Because you want to see it full of delicious chicken.
What a poor church.
I like the juxtaposition from tell the Israelites to bring me an offering to but receive it from everyone whose heart prompted them to give. So either your heart prompted you or Moses prompted you. You just put it in the bucket either way.
Or you're terrified because you saw this God like kind of strike a lot of things dead on a mountain.
You're prompted.
And then this guy who takes blood and like splatters it all over his friends.
Everybody came around with a KFC bucket and you were like, yeah, please, just not my blood, please. Verse 3, these are the offerings you are to receive from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine linen, goat hair, ram skins dyed, and another type of durable leather, acacia wood, olive oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, and for the fragrant incense, and onyx stones and other gems to be mounted on the ephod and breastpiece. Tim, I did a little research.
This is rare.
I know. Stuff jumps out at me, though. And in verse 5, it says, ram, skins dyed red, and another type of durable leather. And I'm like, well, that's a weird way to word that, right? Another type of...
Well, yeah, we don't want that cheap Canadian stuff.
Hey, listen.
We all know.
Not
Just
a
kidding.
big...
I don't know. Their leather's probably fantastic.
My in-laws are up there.
Made of moose.
Another type of durable leather. I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. There's some different thoughts on this in the world as to like what is that referring to. The most interesting, I thought, there's a school of thought that is referring to porpoise.
No.
Dead serious. It is referring to like, there's like a train of thought. And again, this is one of those things, we haven't like resolved it.
You're going to have to talk me into this one.
So if you go to other translations, it says like badger or something like that, which other people counted and said, well, that's explicitly named as like an unclean animal. So that doesn't seem to be logical. So then they connect it to a aquatic mammal. And then they were like, and then I looked it up, and in the Mediterranean Sea, there were at one point porpoises that lived there.
Yeah, I mean...
It's a guess. I'm not here to say it is.
It's hard to catch a porpoise.
Well, I mean, you're not going to do it on accident. You're going You're gonna have to.
No, we all knew the joke that you were gonna.
You're gonna have to do it with some intention. You're gonna have to really set out.
Just say the joke.
With porpoise.
There we go. Moving on. Yeah, like they're hard unless you got like a real big net. Like they're not. I don't think they're easy to.
I think maybe they're one. You're doing the net fishing probably, and maybe they get caught in there.
It's an accident.
Yeah, or they wash up.
Not on purpose.
Hey. So anyway, that was interesting.
Right.
There's a school of people out there that think,
school.
oh, hey, ho,
On our pod.
no. Oh my word.
Get out of here.
Are you Finnish? Too soon. Too soon because of Winter the dolphin. Rest in power, Queen. Verse 8. Then have them make a sanctuary for me of porpoise skin, and I will dwell among them. Make this tabernacle and all its furnishings exactly like the pattern I will show you. Have them...
With a little pillow and a nightlight, okay?
I thought you were going pattern like how all of our grandmas used to do the... Have them make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. I'm not sure if this is like this is like an English translation issue, but I wonder if Moses at this point is like, oh, we're doing the ark again? With the animals?
Different guy.
A different ark.
Different guy.
Different ark.
Different arc.
Okay. Overlay it with pure gold inside and out, and make a gold molding around it. Cast 4 gold rings for it, and fasten them to its 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. Then make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Insert the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry it. The poles are to remain in the rings of this ark. They are not to be removed. Then put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law, which I will give you.
I hope that like earlier when they gave like the list of ingredients, like the potluck kind of thing, they're like, yeah, just bring whatever, like gold and silver, like make gifts of like goat hair. And like, it seems like maybe we need more people to bring gold than
Right.
like, yeah, you signed up for dessert, but we have plenty of desserts.
We have a lot of dessert.
A lot of people signed up for chips at this potluck. We don't need more chips. We're full on the chips. We
Right.
still need an entree.
Or if it was like sort of implied, like, so they mentioned gold, silver, and bronze, and you show up with bronze, and they're like, oh, all right.
That's it, huh?
Everybody else brought gold. You were like, well, it was said.
You said any of them.
You said it was presented like an option. No, just put it over there.
Yeah. It seems like you weren't really
See
willing
the
to give.
pile of dead porpoises. I'm gonna set it over there.
I think when they're dead, it's called a pottle.
Bottle of porpoises. Verse 17, make an atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide, and make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. This is another moment I think is interesting. Cherubim, most commonly referring to an angel.
Yeah. Just a little cherub, little Valentine.
Yeah,
little
chubby baby,
boop, boop.
curly hair.
Little shoot the arrow, make everybody fall in love, little cherubim.
I'm wondering if you are an Israelite and you're sitting there and Moses is tasking. He's like, all right, you're in charge of making the cherubim. Make it really look like a cherubim. Do we
have like a model?
have a what is my
a sketch?
To get ahead a little bit, Ezekiel, we're not there yet. This is a little foreshadowing. He's how he described a cherubim: the face of a man, the face of a lion, the face of an ox, and the face of an eagle.
Sounds like my first girlfriend.
Hey, ho!
It's gross. It's awful.
So I'm just imagining someone in this community is being tasked with creating
good
a
luck.
replication of a creature they've never seen.
Yeah. Well, you can't
presume.
go wrong.
Right. Sure, I guess that's,
who's going to be like,
another way
that's
to
not
say it.
what a cherubim
No,
looks like?
That's a cherubim.
I know for certain.
Yeah.
When I woke up from my fever dream, I remember exactly what that cherubim looked like.
And maybe a cherubim, like for purposes of this project, sat like still lifestyle, you know, all their faces pointing in the various directions. But you're supposed to make this thing out of hammered gold. So I mean, you got to hammer away and look up and capture the face of the ox and the lion. And then verse 19, make one cherub on one end and the second cherub on the other. Make the cherubim of one piece with the cover at the two ends. The cherubim are to have their wings spread upward. Just imagining the person. Okay, so they have wings. Got it. Overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim are to face each other looking toward the cover. Place the cover on top of the ark and put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law that I will give you. There, above the cover, between the two cherubim that are over the ark of the covenant law, I will meet with you and give you all my commands for the Israelites. So not only you're tasked with doing these two cherubim, and it's very specific. There's a lot of specifications here, so you don't want to get it wrong. Tim, we've been covering Exodus for people listening, and at times we have been critical of the lack of detail given for specific instructions.
Yeah.
You have said you like to kind of process projects and things like that. Thus far, how do you receive these instructions?
I mean, okay, so I, as like a artist, someone who has made some things with my hands before, I like the detail here. Like, sure, there's some ambiguity that I want kind of covered. And it might be helpful to have some visual instructions. I don't know if God just said this out loud and then people were supposed to remember what God said, because it's probably difficult. Hopefully somebody was writing this down. Obviously somebody wrote something down.
Right.
But yeah, I would like some drawings.
Well, we're going to get to that. Foreshadowing.
That's all. That's my only note.
Overall, though, you like the
more details.
Detail.
Yeah, give me more details than less details.
Yeah,
of course.
That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah, I need this thing. You are the one, God Almighty, who can like make this thing appear out of thin air, right? That's the God that we trust here in the story, who can change people's minds and opinions and all that stuff, make frogs come out of worms or something. So like you have the ability to make this thing, but now you want me to make the thing.
Right.
Well, that tells me that, I don't know. I want you to be specific now, because I don't want to get this wrong. Because if I get this wrong, we've seen what happens before if little yeast gets in my bread.
Yeah, it's not good.
And we're dead and ostracized and living alone or whatever. Yeah. So I still want specifics. When it's your boss's boss asking you to do something, you go like, I don't want to be like that guy.
But tell me exactly
annoying,
what I'm supposed to do.
I need to know exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. I think especially like a lot of this is like Moses is not doing the work. Like we're going to get into it, I think, more as we go. But like he was told to go get people that are good at this stuff. So I think that is definitely in play where you're like, I'm generally a little spooked out by the giant pillar of fire that leads us, for a period of time. You're telling me you're kind of speaking on behalf, just if I could be told exactly what I'm supposed to do here.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. It's the project manager. I need to know, like, what are the intended outcomes? Who are the stakeholders involved? Yeah. I want to know what the actual final deliverable is that you want here. Like, let's make sure we're delivering on our promise and go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the right people in the right places. Like, do you need this thing to look like a real cherubim, or do we have some wiggle room here?
Yeah. Well, it continues on in 23. Make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long, a cubit wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold and make a gold molding around it. Also make around it a rim, a handbreadth wide, and put a gold molding on the rim. Make 4 gold rings for the table and fasten them to the 4 corners where the 4 legs are. The rings are to be close to the rim to hold the poles used in carrying the table. Make the poles of acacia wood, overlay them with gold, and carry the table with them, and make its plates and dishes of pure gold, as well as its pitchers and bowls for the pouring out of offerings. Put the bread of the presence on this table to be before me at all times. It's fancy china.
Yeah, so now we have a set.
Yeah.
Like we've got the ark, we've got a lid, and a table, and they're all supposed to coordinate and kind of match. That makes sense.
You want it all to go together.
Yeah. You can't just be in the room and not look like it was meant to be together. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's got to be part of a set.
It's got to look like it goes. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's going to be hard to see in there until Make a lampstand of
gosh.
pure gold. Hammer out its base and shaft and make its flower-like cups, buds, and blossoms of one piece with them. 6 branches are to extend from the sides of the lampstand, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms are to be on one branch, 3 on the next branch, and the same for all 6 branches extending from the lampstand.
Oh my gosh. It's just got like, not to stop you, but like, God just sort of sounds like a bridezilla here. Like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
And these are like demands now. It was one thing to be like, yeah, no, it's got to functionally, it's got to have the pole wrapped in gold. So, you know, if the electricity doesn't, and the power of, and we got to honor God here. And then we got to have the rings so you can't touch the table or the like functional. So, like, this is kind of generally what you do.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, but now I want flowers, and I need the flowers to be made of all gold. There can't be anything but gold in them, because if they're not roses, like, I don't like them.
Yeah.
And not to be too critical of God here, but I think that's probably a little annoying for the people who are trying to make this stuff. Like, what if
though?
Can you imagine being like God's wedding photographer here?
It would be very
God's
tough.
so picky.
Well, but I'll say this alternatively. You do need this character. And I think that is something I'm not okay with, how the narrative's kind of gotten away. Oh, like bridezilla, blah, blah, blah. And there's a way to present in a reasonable, rational way and be kind to people. You're never given a pass to not be kind to people. But I like the example of like, there's a right way to do this. And I want you guys to do it the right way. And if you don't do it the right way, it's not going to be great. Because that's like the projects I feel like I've enjoyed being a part of. By the end, you were like, yeah, we set the bar pretty high, but then we got there and that was cool. And I know for me personally, I tend to go like, let's do something doable. I don't know. Make a lampstand. If you have one, do you have one? Oh, then we don't have to make one.
Right.
Just bring that one in. That's fine. And blah, blah. But then you get to the end of that project and you look around and you're like, that's fine. But then you get to be involved in these projects and you're like, dang, that's cool. What we did was cool. Because somebody was... You're saying that like you're not...
No,
This is the character you are in most of the stories. Is I'm the one going like, yeah, well, this will work. We'll duct tape that. And you're like, no, we could buy some Tim. And why don't I buy some wood? And I could get my lathe out. And I could fashion a thing that I've created out of wood and leather. And that's better than duct taping a poster board.
You're right. But that's when it's my idea. If your wife is coming to me and she's like, no, and it needs to have a cherubim on it and it's got to have 17 flowers, no more, no less. I'm like, then do it yourself. You're such a good artist. Why don't you do it? Like, give me some wiggle room.
Yeah, I hear that.
Sorry, Rach.
There's a lot of tension between you and Rach on these flowers.
Yeah, and ultimately, honestly, we work so well together.
You do typically. I didn't know it was behind the scenes. It was
not in weddings. We don't.
Okay, for verse 34. And on the lampstand there are to be 4 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms. 1 bud shall be under the first pair of branches extending from the lampstand, a second bud under the second pair, and a third bud under the third pair. 6 branches in all. The buds and branches shall all be of one piece with the lampstand, hammered out of pure gold. Then make its 7 lamps. You know, lampstand without lamps, that's crazy. And set them up on it so that they light the space in front of it. Its wick trimmers and trays are to be of pure gold. A talent of pure gold is to be used for the lampstand and all these accessories. I like to imagine the talent of pure gold was a fella named Gary. He had to be the one.
Just gold-hearted Gary.
The others were not worthy. See that you make them according to the pattern shown you on the mountain. You see, verse 40, I think, is critical. Because to me, it refers to what you were saying. I'm reading this. Friends, I had to read this. I've had to read this more times than anything we've ever done before. Because I'm really bad with specific instructions. Yeah. My brain, I'm way more on the side of generalities. Like, I don't know, make it kind of gold. So when you give me very specific instructions, I tend to tune out. So I had to read this a bunch. But then I liked in verse 40 that it seemed like there was a visual given to Moses in a different meeting on the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to think so, but where is that document? Like, if I'm putting all this together, I'm like, show me that too. Like, give me everything right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... Moses is out here doing a lot. Like...
Maybe.
I just like having to remember stuff and like translate all these things. Like,
or he's just making up crap and then bringing it down to the people at the bottom. Like, oh, you weren't allowed to go talk to God. Trust me, God Moses said 42 hearts and stars and lucky clovers need to be on that thing. I heard
so
God.
Salty about being told to make flowers at some point in your life.
Well, it's like,
and I don't know when that happened to you, but I apologize.
I think it's been on cakes when I try to like make a cake, but trying to make it out of, because it's like out of pure gold, which by the way is not like the easiest thing to work with from my understanding. You need a hammer, but if we're literally saying pure gold, that's like kind of soft and really malleable. Maybe you can do it by hand. I don't know, but they're like, yeah, make it out of one piece. So you're trying to make like a branch and a flower and buds and all this stuff out of one piece, and you're like, make it exactly that, like. Come on, dude. Like, don't tell me what you want and how to do it. Like, I'll put it. Go
back to the cake. What was the cake experience that you? Who are you making cakes for? That's bossing you around.
My kids. Have you met them?
Here we are.
They will give me drawings of what their cake is to look like, and they're like, "Do that," and now they know that I'm going to do it, and they don't let up. Yeah. And now they make like all sorts of crap.
Yeah.
You saw the Harry Potter cake.
I do. You're actually really good at making cakes. And that's your and
here's why I succeed. So I'm given an artistic license to do what I want. I'm given an idea. Here's a prompt, and I take my wiggle room and I say, this is what I can do with that.
Yeah. I think your problem is you're too good at stuff, and you have to reset expectations a little bit and be like, he can do it. It's not great when he does it. That's the land I like to live in. If you like desperately need it done, he's an answer.
Anthony, born 1989, died 2097. Good, not great.
He could. He could do it. Question mark. He could do it. It got done. Again, nobody was out here saying like you should hire him for your. This is my thing. Is people go really. Like, and do your best, obviously, but like when someone goes to move and you whip in your truck and you're trying to carry everything and they're gonna be like, man, Jimmy helped me move. You're moving. You should call Jimmy. He's really good at this. And that's where I'm like, Jimmy, that's your problem. Now you're moving everybody. Oh, that's neither here nor there. Exodus 26. Make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn with cherubim woven into them by a skilled worker.
You know, there's this like sweet little girl named Melissa.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking
like,
of.
I can help. I want to help.
I want to help.
There's like a heart of gold, and she's not a skilled crafter.
This is one of my favorite conversations with worship leaders at churches, because I'm like, what a tough gig. When you're like, I want to audition. And then you're like,
you sure do.
You got such a good heart.
Right. She's like, look, I can twist up this linen. Look at what I've done with this goat hair. Right. And she holds up this little like voodoo doll looking thing that looks like it came out of the shower drain.
Right. We used to do, when we would do more like church summer camp work, a lot of these churches would do a talent show. Mm-hmm. And Tim would really like playing the role of saying who couldn't be in the talent show.
It's for everybody's benefit.
Because we all know I would have let everyone in the talent show. And so Tim was there to say, hey. And it is truly a helpful thing because you're like, this is all your friends. And all these people, you're going to want to not do that. Work on it.
It's the benefit of everybody involved. Nobody wants to see that garbage. Like what you're bad at, nobody wants to see it. Also, you don't want to get made fun of either to your face or behind your back. And that's going to happen. I promise you. I can tell you how many the friends that I still have, and you know who you are, that we still make fun of people for what they did in high school. This is not a shock to anybody, but this will live on forever. I'm trying to save these kids from being the butt of a joke of a 40-something-year-old person who won't let go of a stupid thing you did back then.
Burned in there. It's burned in the brain.
I'm here to help.
You always are. All the curtains are to be, verse 2, the same size, 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Join 5 of the curtains together and do the same with the other 5. I do also love the step-by-step kind of IKEA-ness of these instructions.
Again, it's IKEA, but I do want the visuals.
You want the
IKEA
rough drawing.
Basically just visuals.
I lost my point. Oh, here we go. Make loops of blue material along the edge of the end curtain in one set and do the same with the end curtain in the other set. Make 50 loops on one curtain and 50 loops on the end curtain of the other set with the loops opposite each other. Then make 50 gold clasps and use them to fasten the curtains together so that the tabernacle is a unit.
Right. We don't want anybody like taking these parts and trying to sell them off as separate parts. So the tabernacle is one piece.
Yeah.
It goes together. Either buying all of it
That's right.
at the garage sale or none of it.
That's right. Yeah, we can't break it apart.
No.
Make curtains of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle, 11 altogether.
Melissa,
That's
come on.
This one doesn't mention a skilled worker. Melissa. All 11 curtains are to be the same size, 30 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Join 5 of the curtains together into one set and the other 6 into another set. Fold the 6th curtain double at the front of the tent. Make 50 loops along the edge of the end curtain in one set and also along the edge of the end curtain in the other set. Then make 50 bronze clasps and put them in the loops to fasten the tent together as a unit. As for the additional length of the tent curtains, the half curtain that is left over is to hang down at the rear of the tabernacle. The tent curtains will be a cubit longer on both sides. What is left will hang over the sides of the tabernacle so as to cover it. Make for the tent a covering of ram skins dyed red, and over that a covering of the other durable leather.
Or just a tarp, whatever you got from Home Depot, like just whatever durable leather. It seems like an afterthought at this point.
It's porpoise.
It
is the same phrase used from earlier.
What a ride we've gone on to hear, and I know there's more, but like,
yeah,
we're reading the Bible, this book, collection of books.
Yeah, that's right.
Some people are like, oh, this is the Bible. It's, if you can't find the answer in the Bible, you're not asking the right questions.
Yeah, right.
And that's whatever. That is fine. But like the Bible's also full of IKEA instructions too. So like
how to make the
I don't know that we need to draw some sort of like spiritual meaning out of it. I'm sure somebody is out there. Somebody is.
And I don't know.
They're making too much out of the IKEA instructions.
I know. It's funny because I am like, I think that this does speak a little to like the intentionality of God. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with there being like, if you're going to attach the intricacies of creation, then like, yeah, a human like I'm here for that conversation.
Or the autistic nature of the guy who was writing down everything that God said. He's like, God,
right.
75, you gotta get like. It's not making fun of people with autism. That is saying like they're hyper focused on certain things, and there are real people who are writing down the words of God in the Bible. So like, yeah, if they're hyper fixated on one thing, just like the gospel writers are fixated on certain aspects of the gospel story. And you can hear that in their humanity because they had vocations that were different from each other, written at different times. Like, yeah. Then why couldn't it be? Why it's not necessarily that God was that specific, although I wouldn't doubt it. I guess
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but also the person who wrote all this down was like, let me just make sure that it's got to be like
right. And I'm okay with it being that personally. Like it's like I know somewhere on a much more biblically researched podcast, they're just, you know what? The Hebrew word for acacia is akase, and here's what's interesting is the letters, and I'm like,
if you turn them backward, it spells Jesus.
Right? You're probably right. That's fine. I also could be okay if it was like, yeah, so there was like also cedar that had a lot of splinters in it. They were going to be carrying. So we just thought acacia wood would be better. That's not going to like rock me to my core. If that was like, no, it was a function issue. Like this was the wood that was around. And that's when I said like, yes, do you want to do that wood? Yeah, I do feel both kinds of ways about that. People find cool things. People have like rebuilt this stuff with images and things like that. And it's like, this is maybe what it looked like. And it's like, all right, cool. And here's the significance of all of it. And that's great. This is also where most people stop doing their read through the Bible in a year program.
Not us, though. Not us.
We're pushing through. Actually, while I was reading that segment, I was listening real closely, and I think I heard a bunch of people give up on this podcast. They're like, what are we...
You didn't even have to read it yourself,
folks. What are we talking about?
We read it for you.
Doggone it. Now I have totally lost my place. 15. Make upright frames of acacia wood for the tabernacle. Each frame is to be 10 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide, with 2 projections set parallel to each other. Make all the frames of the tabernacle in this way. Make 20 frames for the south side of the tabernacle and make 40 silver bases to go under them, 2 bases for each frame, 1 under each projection. For the other side, the north side of the tabernacle, make 20 frames and 40 silver bases, 2 under each frame. Make 6 frames for the far end, that is, the west end of the tabernacle, and make 2 frames for the corners at the far end. At these 2 corners, they must be double from the bottom all the way to the top and fitted into a single ring. Both shall be like that, so there will be 8 frames and 16 silver bases, 2 under each frame. At this point in the reading, I'm not sure what I'm saying are words. They're just sounding like noises to me. But again, that's what happens to me when you give me a detailed list. I just, it's hard for me to track.
It's just, it's like, was it not enough? And I don't want to be critical. That God be the architect.
You don't want to be critical. I know. I want.
Well, you hear me out.
Wyckoff.
When I get to the end of this, you're gonna hear who I don't want to be critical of, and it is God Almighty. I don't want to be too critical of God. I've got some notes. But is it not enough that you're architect over the whole world and universe and the heavens and the earth and the dimensions we can't see and the ones that we can see? Do you have to be like micromanage this box too?
I think so. And here's why. Because I think if left to your own devices, this is one thing I think is cool, is like the pursuit of God, the divine, and this like thing has created really beautiful stuff.
But the devil's in the details.
That's in the Bible. Not that we've come across yet, but I'm sure it's in there.
It's probably in Leviticus.
So I feel like you're like, hey, make a tabernacle. Most people, I'm going to put this on men pretty squarely. We're like, all right, canvas, tabernacle.
Done.
And it's like, we need pulling. We need a little bit of like, no, put some olive flowers in it. Put some cherubim, put some of those in there. So,
but it wasn't,
I think a little bit.
It wasn't just throw cherubim in there. No. It was like, here's exactly where you're going to put this thing.
One cherubim? It's like a crazy person?
It's a little micromanagey to me. All I'm saying is, I feel like God's got some important things to deal with and how to build a wooden box.
God's going to be in this place. You don't want it to be junk. He's like specification. This is you in your house. You got to get in there and make it right.
This is like a VRBO for God. This isn't a permanent dwelling place.
The tabernacle. God's VRBO.
Yeah. God's got the whole universe to live in. God's got the whole world in God's hands.
The tabernacle is God's VRBO.
So,
oh my God.
My point is, like, why are we that worried about that? You got the whole universe to worry about. The stars and the skies and the heavens and the moon causing gravity and the tides and the change in life that exists everywhere else. There's a box. Talk about a box.
That's what I think the other stuff is doing. It's taking care of itself.
But make sure you get the flowers on there.
The other stuff is like, he doesn't have to be like, hey, stars, make sure you like shine super cool and bright and cast beautiful colors in the universe. They're like,
there's a lot of stuff going on.
We got this under control.
It's an orchestra.
It's the people that we're the class that needs the most attention because we're just like, we just got our own stuff going on.
I get what we're saying here. I get it. It's just a box. And if we believe the rest of what happens, spoiler alert, in the Bible, and God incarnate comes to earth and lives in a manger.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
we have to hook the audience for the rest of the story.
It's going to come up in 2037 by the time we get there. We're getting there, though.
2 chapters at a time.
So God doesn't need a fancy box to live in.
God doesn't need it. God wants it.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Is like just chill with your wants and needs. Like
you
prioritize.
You don't like being told what to do. That's what this comes down to.
That does come down to that.
I am on the other end.
Artistically speaking, I don't like being told what to do. I like a direction. Give me a prompt.
Where I'm reading this from my perspective is with you and Rach, and you're like, you want it a certain way. Just tell me the way that you want it. And that's the most helpful, because I'm not gonna, you're like, no, just something, what is it? I hate to use a tired one.
There's a point where you start giving me directions on what to do. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm with you. It needs to be 17 flowers on it. Got it. I understand that's significant to you. Right. Okay, and then I start to work, and then they're like, oh, but make sure it's out of one piece, and it's got to, also, one of the flowers has to be made of an almond, and it's got to look at you, and it's got to talk and say, hey, Tim, how's it going? Like, just let me do my thing.
The core problem here is you like to give the directions. You don't like to get the directions.
If I'm giving that many directions, I'm doing it myself. Every time.
I like to get the directions, and I like to be told exactly the way the expectation is that it gets done. Oh, that's funny. Verse 26, back to the acacia wood. As we were saying, also make crossbars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames on one side of the tabernacle, 5 for those on the other side, and 5 for the frames on the west at the far end of the tabernacle. Bro, when you start saying east-west, I'm so lost in our conversation. I've lived in this house for how many years? And people are like, which side gate? Is it the west one or the east one? And I was like...
Funny, at your house, they're only north and south. Sorry.
Oh, like you could. There's not a question I am closer to getting right or knowing less about than that question. Something about the west. The center crossbar is to extend from end to end at the middle of the frames. Overlay the frames with gold and make gold rings to hold the crossbars. Also overlay the crossbars with gold. Set up the tabernacle according to the plan shown you on the mountain. So again, we're back to the plan that was shown on the mountain in this previous meeting, per our last meeting. Make a curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely twisted linen with cherubim woven into it by a skilled worker. Melissa, you get the day off today. Isn't that cool? Hang it with gold hooks on 4 posts of acacia wood overlaid with gold and standing on 4 silver bases. Hang the curtain from the clasps and place the Ark of the Covenant law behind the curtain. The curtain will separate the holy place from the most holy place. If we were naming that in 2025, we would call it Holy Place Plus.
Right.
Yeah.
It's definitely a membership upgrade.
This is like everyone else got to deal with ads.
If you only brought goat hair, sorry, you can enter the holy place.
You said, oh, it's goat hair you brought? Yeah. You can put it over there and even just kind of stay over there.
Yeah, you're going to get holy place, but you're going to have ads every 2.5 minutes.
And you're going to get all the content. Some of it's like later, like in a month. Put the atonement cover on the Ark of the Covenant law in the most holy place. Place the table outside the curtain on the north side of the tabernacle and put the lampstand opposite it on the south side. For the entrance to the tent, make a curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer. Make gold hooks for this curtain and 5 posts of acacia wood overlaid with gold and cast 5 bronze bases for them. And ladies and gentlemen, all who are listening,
End of chapter.
We did it. 2 chapters on how to make a tabernacle, otherwise known as a VRBO for God. If you wanted to make one of these at home, you now have very explicit instructions. As long as you're familiar with cherubim, this should come together pretty easy.
Okay, so that falls into what I learned today.
Oh yeah, talk to me. What'd you learn today?
The feeling that I got was that this is probably a fun project to work on in general. I know I gripe about the very specific stuff, but I would like to endeavor in this, especially in that time. I'm not sure there was anything else to do.
Oh yeah.
Except for get blood sprayed on me by Moses. So I'd like to jump in. I'd like to be the craftsman for this thing. I want to work with a team of like building this stuff. I want to do the woodwork. Somebody else do the gold work. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
And I think I'd like to give it a shot now. Yeah. So if anybody out there wants to send me the materials,
right,
all of the materials that it takes to make this, we'll post your home address in the show notes.
Perfect. Put it on the south gate.
There you go.
Because that's the one I use.
Mm-hmm. And then send the golden materials there, and I will personally work on this.
Yeah.
Goat hair. Bring the goat hair too. I'll do it.
I'm going to work on figuring out my north, south, east, and west.
No, you won't.
I will not.
You will not. You've given up on that.
That's a lie. What I learned is I like our conversation today. I like the concept of going above and beyond. And I would say we started it like intro way there. I think Christians, followers of God, have made really cool stuff. And I would like us to be known for that.
Except for their movies.
Some of the movies, this is what I mean. We've kind of like drifted a bit in some ways and not made stuff as
that's
great.
What Christian movies are lacking now, is that like back in the day, God was real specific as to everything that needed to go in their art.
This is what I'm saying.
And they weren't obviously Christians back then.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
Religious art. God was very specific about what goes in there. And now God's, I think, gave up on the Christian movie scene.
I'm tired of it. I have to explain it in such detail for you guys.
Just put Kirk Cameron in it.
If God has a script, and it's like scene opens on,
and it's not Kirk Cameron, God throws it out.
God's getting scripts and just looks if they feature
Kirk Cameron. Kirk Cameron. He's like, green light.
This one goes. Yeah, I like it. I like there being some flourishes. I like that's something that matters to me. Don't just do oh no.
Easy.
Oh no. I don't like just the minimum. Add the flourishes. So whatever you're doing this week, put a cherubim on it. You're making lunch for your kids, put a cherubim on it.
With the half face of an ox.
All the faces present, put a cherubim on it. Just make that a wristband. Mm-hmm. Put a cherubim on it. And that way, it's like the cherry on top, but it's a cherubim. Mm-hmm. And then you have to do 2 because they get, you know how they are.
They get lonely.
They're relational. And so they need friends.
Cherub buddies.
Cherub bros. Oh, that is Cheat Day Devos. You did 2 chapters of the Bible. Good for you today. And
these a break.
Are tough ones.
Take a break. Go have some alcohol.
Well,
God's blessed you today. Go crazy.
I don't know.
You say some curse words.
That's a lot of Tim talking there. But, I think you should brag that you got through 2 chapters in late Exodus. People are like, oh, I read the Bible too. Be like, you've been in late Exodus though? Because that's where it gets real, bro. Sure, we've all read the Prodigal Son. Pat yourself on the back. Get in there with some tabernacle specifications. Then talk to me. Get real arrogant about it.
The late Exodus readers are like the old, like, war-torn, like, prison guys.
Yeah. Or, the real practical example is the Lord of the Rings people and the Siddhartha. Are you familiar with this?
I don't know what that means. I've watched a lot of Lord of the Rings.
You love Lord of the Rings.
I do.
And or I'll give you maybe another more practical one. The Star Wars people that have read the novels.
Okay.
A Star Wars person.
All of that's nerdy though. So tell me the other one.
So Tolkien, he wrote this book called the Siddhartha, and it's like, it reads like Genesis, and it's the creation of Middle Earth, and it's very detail oriented. And like, I was like, on a journey, and I was like, I like Lord of the Rings. I like The Hobbit. I'm going to read this too. And I was like, my gosh, why did he take the time to write this? This is exhausting. But he really thought through like how this all came to be and stuff. And I was like, what a cool creative endeavor that is not going to sell like the other one.
Tolkien was like, these movies did really well. Let me go back and write the prequel.
I got one more idea in me. It's very detail oriented. A lot of cherubim. Anywho, love you so much.
Thanks. Oh God.
Yeah, no, everybody. That was like a general for the room.
Oh my gosh, that was awkward.
Don't be embarrassed.
Oh boy.
Thanks for listening and watching. We'll be back with another episode real soon. You can follow us at The Bible is Funny. You can give us your thoughts. You can send us Christian movie suggestions. Really, just say hi to us.
Tell us what we did wrong.
Be great. You can leave a comment on this podcast. Tell us what you were doing when you were listening, all that stuff. And,
keep it PG rated, please.
Well, I don't want to be like a TMI situation, but all right, that's all. We'll see you real soon. Come back by.
See ya.
Don't be a stranger.